Yeah, I'm here. I'm signing in on y'all. What we gonna talk about today? Hmm. Let's how did I think of something? I mean, everything I spit out is something positive and it's true anyway. So why not just go with the first thing that come to mind right here? Let's talk about getting pulled over by the police. Okay. You know what, man? Let me explain something to you people. When them police pull you over on one of those busy highways, um, they gonna search your car anyway. Okay? Your best bet, the only chance you got of fighting back is to try to get them not to search your car. And if B, try to get them to half search your car. Not that means don't search it that good. If you can get them to do those two things, those are your best bets. Because they're gonna, like I say, they're gonna search that car anyway. Okay? Now, I'm gonna show you where a lot of dummies tell on themselves before they even search the car. And see, the thing of it is that when you act different from a dummy, that will make the cop think this guy don't have nothing, because they know how all dummies act. They know how all dummies act that's guilty. Okay? Always try to be different. Okay? Your best bet, I mean, let's say, you've already lost when they pull you over. So whatever you try, and if it doesn't work, I mean, hey, you ain't got nothing to lose no way because you tried to get out of this search. So, let me tell you the number one thing. When they cops pull you over on them busy highways, them interstates, okay, when they start asking you, you know, where'd you meet your girlfriend at? How long you been seeing her? Where you coming from? How long you was staying over there? Why didn't you just fly? That right there, my friend, is what and when you dummies tell on yourself. And I'm going to tell you how you tell on yourself. You tell on yourself by sitting there answering those questions. He know you guilty right there. He know you got something in that car right there when you sitting there answering all these questions. When you should be smart, be different, be like this, and take it from me. You get pulled over and they start asking you all them questions. Tell that cop, hold up a minute, bro. Hold up. Let's get one thing straight. You didn't pull me over to ask me about my life story. You didn't pull me over to know what my grandmama name. You didn't pull me over to know what's my great-great-grandmama name. You didn't pull me over to find out what I had for breakfast this morning. You didn't pull me over to find out what my girlfriend name. You ain't pulled me over to find out where do we meet at. All these questions you asking me. This is when you need to tell the cop, say, hold up, bro. Like I say, you didn't pull me over for me to tell you my life story. You pulled me over because you said I was speeding. Okay? So you can talk to me about my speeding ticket. You can talk to me about speeding, but asking me my life story, what that got to do with what you pulled me over for? See, a lot of dummies ain't got sense enough to ask the man that. You ain't got enough sense to tell him that. You'll sit there and tell on yourself, knowing you got drugs in the car, but you sit there and answer all those questions. And like I say, what they know about that is that you answering all their questions because you hoping they let you go. Well, that's how you tell on yourself. But on the other hand, if you know you ain't got nothing, why I'm gonna sit here and answer these questions, make you, thinking that you gonna let me go? See, that cop gonna think, darn, since you said all that, he must don't got nothing in the car, Everybody else that does have something in the car, they sit there and answer all my questions because they scared. They think I'm gonna let them go. But if you ain't got nothing in the car, you ain't scared, and it ain't no nothing for you to hope that he let you go because you ain't got nothing. So at the end of the day, you gotta act like you ain't got nothing, even if you do got something. But just sitting there answering all his questions that doesn't even have nothing to do with the reason why he stopped you. He already know you got something in that car. He already know you got something in that car. He already got something in that car. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Something else you dummies don't ask. Number one, when he tell you he gonna run that dog around that car, and if the dog alerts, then you know he got proper cause to search it. What you need to find out, okay, so what is the dog gonna do to alert so I can see if he alerted or not? You notice they don't never ask that. They don't never tell you what the dog what the dog gonna do to let you know he alerting. They don't never tell you that. You can run that dog around that car and that dog don't do nothing. But at the end of the day, they tell you, oh, he alerted. What did he do to alert? What did he do? You know, did he roll over? Did he get on 2 feet? Did he jump up and down? What did he do to show you he alerted? See, they don't, you dummies that get, you know, you transport drugs, you so brain dead, you know, you don't got to say enough to ask them questions. I mean, he sit there and come back to you and say, my dog alerted on the car. You know, he trained for fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, and yada, yada, yada. So he alerted in one of those. What did he do? What did he do to alert? What's his signal of alertness that I can see that he alerted? Well, you know, he alerted, but you didn't tell me what he's supposed to do. For as I'm concerned, you can tell me anything. Just like you doing now. You telling me he alerted. What am I to look for to see if he alerted? You just ran that dog around that car. I ain't seen nothing he did. If running him around the car alerting, then you need to take him back to his trainer and have him trained again. Because like I say, he should be able to give you some kind of signal other than just running around the car. Now, I've seen plenty of cases and videos on YouTube where the cop pull a guy over and he tell them they're going to run the dog around the car. And if the dog alerts, you know, he got proper cause search. Well, I've seen plenty of cases where they just run that dog around the car. The dog ain't did nothing different. The dog just followed the cop on the leash going around the car. But that dog ain't did nothing different. Then he'll come back and tell the person he stopped, my dog alerted on the car, so that give me proper call to search it. Dummy sitting there ain't said and ain't asked now question about what did he do to alert. What signal did he give you that he's alerting that something's in the car? All I seen him just walk running around the car. You can get a hound dog off the street and put a collar on his neck and let him walk around the car. He ain't finna tell you nothing. He just gonna walk around the car, just like what your dog did. So show me and tell me, what did he supposed to do to alert to show you? See, I bet you $100 that cop can't tell you that. He can't tell you that. And if he do know that, he knows that, darn, well, I can't tell him that I know what the dog supposed to do to alert. If the dog supposed to sit down when he found something, sit down and wag his tail, well, if I tell him that, we both seen the dog didn't do that. So I can't tell him what the alertness signal is. See, you had a cop eating out of your hand at that point. You know. Fact number 2. Tip number 2, to try to get out of it. Now, that cop if you get a cop pull you over and he asks you, can you search the car? When you say no, you done told on yourself right there anyway. Okay? Like I say, these are tips to try to get out of a search. Do it like this. He say, well, you got any drug, fentanyl, marijuana, and anything like that, bomb, bazookas, or large quantity of money in the car, you sitting there saying no. And then he goes, well, would you give me consent to search the car and see if any one of those them items that I named is in the car? Be like this. Yeah, bro. Look here. You can search my car from A to B. And when he started taking the 2 steps to go search your car, say, hey, hold up, man, cop. Hey, hold up, police. Let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. Go in your wallet, pull out $300 or $400. Say, hey, bet me. Let's me and you make a bet. If ain't nothing in my car, I get to keep the money. I win the bet. We're gonna put up $300 a piece. Come on, put up $300 a piece. You can hold the money for here. You can hold the money. You hold the bet. The cop gonna say, nah, I can't, nah, I don't want to bet. I'm like, shoot, man, I might well win something off of this. I'm trying to bet. Well, I tell you what, cop. You put up 300, I put up 500. Here, and you can hold the money. Bet me that something ain't. If ain't nothing in my car, I win your 200. If something is in my car, you win my 500, and you hold the bet. You know what that cop thinking? At that point, he thinking, I don't think nothing in this dude's car. And if he do go ahead and search it, he not gonna search it good. He gonna do a little quick look, and he gonna come up out of that car. He gonna come up out of that car. Just think about it. He ain't finna search that car good when you done made a bet like that. You done made a bet like that. You done told him you would bet 500 to his 200. That cop, who crazy enough to do that if they know they got something in the car? Shoot, man. Automatically what that cop gonna think, I don't think he got nothing in here, He ain't gonna say it, but he gonna say, I don't think he got nothing in here. And what he gonna do to get out of it, cause his tail is tucked, he probably say, I got another call. Here, to your license. Go ahead and get out of here. Slow it down. You didn't have no another call. No, you just made an excuse as to why you couldn't search the car and didn't find nothing. See, because he bluffed you out. He bluffed you out. But like I say, these are just tips that, hey, you can try. Because at the end of the day, it ain't going to hurt you to try to get out of something that you already in. You in something that you're not going to get out of anyway if he, you know what I'm saying? But when he first stopped that car on that interstate, they going to search your car anyway. And like I say, it ain't going to hurt you to use them tips to try to get out of a search. And if you can't get out of the search, at least make him do a half search where he ain't really searching that good. He ain't searching that car that good because he don't believe nothing in there by the action that you took. And you see those actions that you did, they ain't never seen nobody do that before. All they seen is people that got something, tell on themselves by sitting there answering all those questions about your personal life, where they ain't got no brains to say, hold up, man, you stopped me because I'm speeding. Or you stopped me because my tint. Why you asking me all about my personal life? You want to know how many times did I have sex with my girlfriend? You want to know what position we did it in? You asking me all these personal questions. I don't think it's granted by law for me to sit here and answer my personal life story when you pulled me over. You pulled me over because of a traffic infraction. You didn't pull me over to ask me to tell you about my life story, which I ain't heard no law that requires that yet. They can pull you over. Woo! Get out the car. Okay, I want to know when the last time you had sex with your wife. Oh, I had it last night, sir. What kind of clothes did she have on? What kind of panties? What color panties she had on? Oh, she had on some green panties, sir. You didn't, like I say, I ain't never seen no law yet that requires you to do that. You can talk to me and question me about, why you pulling me over. But asking me my life story? What motel you going to? Why didn't you stay? Why didn't you, drive back? You asking me, all these personal questions. See, these dummies, like I say, they tell on themselves by answering the question. When you sit there and answer them questions, he know you got something in that car. And he know why you answering the question. He know why you patiently answering the question. Because he thinking if you thinking by answering the question that he gonna let you go. He know you answering them questions with no problem because you think he gonna let you go. Otherwise, if you know you ain't got nothing, you're not gonna feel the need that you need to be answering all them questions. So that's what's in the cop mind. The cop thinking like, shoot, I'm asking all these questions, but if he know he didn't have nothing, he gonna stand up for his rights and challenge me and say, why you asking me all these personal questions? You stopped me for my tent. You stopped me for speeding. You stopped me for improper lane changing. You stopped me for that. Like, why are you asking me all these questions? I don't think I need to answer all that. I think we need to be talking about what you pulled me over for. You gonna give me a ticket or you gonna give me a warning? Whichever one. Those are the options here. Second option is, the third option is, I already know you want to search my car. Okay, you got my permission. Go ahead. Tear it down from front to back. Search it up. Search it all you want. And matter of fact, let's put a bet on. Let's put a wager on it. I got $400 in my pocket here, and I tell you what, I put my 400 up to your 100. You put $100 up, and I put 4. If you find something in my car, you can have my $400. You get all that. And if you don't find nothing, I get your 100. And you can hold a bet. You hold the money. You hold the money. That cop, you know what he thinking? This dude ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing in this car. Shoot, I'm just gonna fold the seat back and look under the seat and shoot, get him and let him go. He ain't finna waste no time when he don't believe nothing in there. Now guess what? You just got out of a search and you got 20 kilos of cocaine in that car. Like I say, you gotta try to get out of it. But don't sit there and tell on yourself. When you sit there and tell on yourself by answering all the questions with no problem. And like I say, when you know you ain't did nothing, you ain't gonna feel like you don't need to be answering all them questions because you know you ain't did nothing. So you gotta have the attitude like I ain't did nothing wrong, even though when you have done something wrong. You got 20 kilos of cocaine in there, but you can't act like you got 20 kilos. You gotta act like, shoot, man, I ain't did nothing. I ain't got nothing in my car. You gotta act like that. You gotta act like that when he pull you over. But when you act like everybody else that they pull over, answering all the questions that he asks you, he know you scared. He know he feel that you trying to be his buddy by answering all them questions so that he'll let you go. Because you got something in that car. But like I say, always remember, when they pull you over on them interstates and on them highways, they gonna search that car anyway. Your best bet is to try to get out of making him search it. Or try to force him into a half search that ain't no good. And if you can't win with either one of those tips, at least when he holler about, well, if anytime he run that dog around there is when you done said no, he can't search it. But let me tell you something. Anytime you got dope in the car, don't never sit there and tell the man he can't search the car. Cause you just told on yourself right there. I mean, when he say, can he search the car? I mean, your best bet is say, oh yeah, have at it, man. Tear it down. Tear it down from the motor all the way to the back of the gas tank. You can search it all you want. Ain't nothing in that car. As a matter of fact, let's put a little wage on it. Let's make something off of this. I put up $500 to your $100. And you can hold a bet, officer. You hold the money. Shoot, you know what that officer thinking? Man, it can't be nothing in this car. He wouldn't put that kind of money up. And the thing about it, you made him feel like it's really real because you told the officer he can hold a bet. Who gonna do that if they know they got something in the car? Ain't nobody gonna do that. Like I say, he ain't gonna take the bet no way, but he thinking about it like, darn, if this dude got something in the car, shoot, man, ain't no way he'd have made that kind of deal. So like I say, that's what you call just trying to get out of something. You know, it might work. It might don't work, but at least you tried something. At least you just didn't tell on yourself. You know what I'm saying? At least you just didn't tell on yourself. Joker pull you over and ask you all these questions. And then too, like when you got another thing, when you people got, when it's two of y'all in the car. Okay. Number one, when he carry you back to his car and ask you all these questions, okay, he gonna go up there and ask the other person in your car, he gonna ask them the same question to see if y'all stories match up. And if your story don't match up, now he gonna search that car. He gonna search that car. Why don't y'all get y'all story together, man? If y'all gonna ride together, get your story together. Get your story together. You know what I'm saying? Get your story together. You know? Or just tell him straight up, look, man, I don't think it's by law that I got to tell you my life story. I ain't got to tell you everything. I ain't got to tell you what I had for breakfast. I ain't got to tell you how much sugar I put in my coffee. I ain't got to tell you all that. Whatever he told you back there in that car, then you ride with that. I'm the passenger. I ain't driving the car. You know, only thing I feel that you got the right to ask me, you got the right to ask me for my ID and ask me my name, date of birth, social if you need it. I think that's it. So far as all the questions about trying to see if my story match up with his, I know what you're doing. See, another thing, like I say, let a cop know that you know what he's doing. That's another way that, hey, you pretty well much can almost get out of it. Let him know you know what he's doing. Dude, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're doing. You done asked him some questions back there in that car. Now you coming up here to see if my story match up with his. I'm going to cut that short. Whatever he told you, that's what it is. You need my ID. You need my name and date of birth. I can give you that. But all the questions about my life story and trying to see if my story match up with his, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that today. So just like I say, this is what y'all supposed to do. But you got all these dummies. I don't see none of you doing that when they stop you. You sit there and tell on yourself by answering all those questions that he asks you. So like I say, you're going to be dumb enough to carry drugs. You at least be smart enough to get out, try to get out of it. And don't be dumb enough to tell on yourself. Because like I say, when you tell that man he can't search that car, you just told on yourself. I mean, you just told on yourself, and like where your brain just went to. I mean, once you tell him he can't search it, you might well just turn around and say, go ahead and put the handcuffs on me, man. I got the dope in the car. That you might well say if you're going to tell him he can't search it. At the end of the day, he asks you, can you search that car? And you know you got something in there? Tell him, yeah, go ahead and search it, man. Tear it down. Tear the roof off. You can even pull the paint off of it and see if any dope up under the paint if you want to. As a matter of fact, here, hey, let's make a bet. Let's make a bet, officer. I'm a gambling man. I gamble. And look here. You got $100 in your pocket. I'll put 500 up to your 100. If you find something in that car, you can have my 500. And if you don't, I get to get your $100. And you can hold a bet. You hold a bet, officer. You hold the money. You hold the money. See, that's when you got to do it just like that. That joker gonna think twice before he search that car. And if he do search it, he ain't gonna search it good. Cause he's like, man, he gonna feel like he don't need to waste time searching his car and ain't nothing in it. He gonna feel like, shoot, man, I don't believe this dude would have made that kind of deal with me if there wasn't nothing in if there was something in the car. I don't think he'd have made that kind of deal with me. Like I say, these just tips to try to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying they gonna work, but hey, it's better than just telling on yourself. You know, better than sitting there answering questions, every question he asks, you know, and tell on yourself. It's better than that. At least I tried to get out of it. But I'm him, signing out.